So I wasn't quite sure what was the best way to start this video, and I've decided on going on assembly of all the parts of the front cowl, and halfway through the video I returned to how to disassemble it if that's of help. I've got all the part numbers in there and I hope this is of assistance to you.
So we're putting in the front wiper motor. There's only 3 10s there which line up. It starts on the right side. The cable needs to be fed through, which does go through, it just needs a bit of jiggling. And then from memory, this actually gets fed through there and then gets pulled back to sit flush. So we'll get it to go back in and sit just like that. There we go. And then clip it in. And we are winning.
So the controlling arm for the wiper motor gets fed in from the right side, and I don't think that should differ based on being right-hand drive or left-hand drive car as opposed to some of the other parts.
And you can see the wiper motor arms at neutral. The bars are 180. Now be very careful testing this, because as you just saw on my cowl, I've actually damaged it turning it on for the first time when they were not in the correct direction. Supposed to be drill drain guides underneath your cowls, and these are often cracked. Now the non-wiper side or your passenger side is easy to get in. You can rotate that in without the need to have that removed. I think 3 screws, 1, 2, and there's a third one just under the front here. I believe that's going to go there. You can't get that in without with the motor on. I couldn't get this in that way. So let's have a look now that the arms are out. Is that going to happen? And actually just a bit of shuffling around and you can see it starts to line up. I can't actually see this one very well. 2 screws at the top, they are not factory, they are MB screws. That's not different screws because it's easy to crack. And then we've got the additional 3rd screw through there. So both trains are now in.
So the central cowl is actually supposed to have foam adhered to it to prevent it rattling, and I had ordered that, but I couldn't originally find it when it came time to reassemble, so I had some leftover sunroof foam which I decided to adhere on, and then lo and behold my part turned up, so you'll see the correct part in a second.
So unfortunately I realised I'd already ordered this but didn't put it on the adhesive liner for the cowl.
So this literally cost a few dollars from Mercedes, and it's nice to have it all done properly, so don't bother skimping if you can order it from the dealer or the classic centre.
So what we're going to do is try and get this under the rubber. I've got to get this under there, and then
I basically just used a plastic paint scraper then to get this under the new rubber seal, which had the damp non-setting sealant under there. So here are the 4 grommets for the front of the metal cowl to be placed on through the engine bay, and basically you just put the female portion in, the 4 of them. Again, these cost a few dollars, and then you put the male pin in, and I couldn't do it with my finger, so I did use a hammer. I'm a little bit more cautious than it looks like on the video. So the male pins for these have a plus sign on one surface and a hollow side on the other, so I just have the plus side facing out, and you're going to tap that in with a mallet or hammer. You could put a drill piece over it to take more caution, but they go in reasonably gently. You then need 2 of these screws for the cowl, but you also probably want 3 for each drain on each side. Again, not expensive.
chuck these 2 little screws in. They're not overly tight, just a biting, that's good. I'm going to come over here. Can you see over here?
And because I'd put that sealant from the Windows seal all over the shop, I'm just polishing that off to tidy it up.
Prior to, or in the early models, The chrome grills here were reserved for the 280 TE at the upper trim, which this car had as a 1981, but the later models all just went to the black. And this is all you can buy now, and these aren't expensive. So as I said, right-hand drive and left-hand drive vehicles, these cowls differ. Now I'm going to put in the chrome right-hand drive vehicle one, which let's flip it over. You can see there, 123 836 0365 CR. I wonder if that actually means chrome. So here we are with the chrome for the right-hand drive vehicle. 123 836 0465 836 0165. So if you're after the black plastic ones for your left-hand drive vehicle, they were available as of a couple of years ago. I incorrectly ordered these. I think they're about $40 US or something. They were not expensive. But you can see how the wiper hole's there, whereas it is not present on a the correct side steering wheel vehicle.
Now the chrome cowls are no longer available, and so I repainted mine with a lot of diligent masking, and they came up well. That takes a long time, but it is worth it if you've got a car that's you're going for a nice presentation. It did take a very long time to do that though. Perhaps left-hand drive chrome ones are more readily available, not the case for the right-hand drive. The grommets for the silver trims to go on, 4 per side.
These holders, I vaguely recall, see, they're actually rectangular stops. And I cannot remember, I think they actually go in one way preferably, which I cannot remember. Well, that went in pretty easy with the slot. Once against the surface you're going to whack with has the plus sign, the other side's just flat. Gently tuck it under the edge. Okay. Two wiper arms ending in 40, 44 and 39, 44. Now I believe that's the left, the odd one. And what you can see, the one at the top here from the old ones is actually shorter. Now the shorter one is marked with a L for left, I'm presuming, and the longer one is on the right. So again, these don't seem to have the indents on them like the old ones did. Because you can see the indents down the bottom there. I'm not sure if they get crushed into them, but it's a bit odd. So, don't want to block the video, sorry.
The no longer available caps I bought from the 123 club in Germany, but I see companies like Octo Classics sell them.
Tighten that up with a 13. Now I've got you washers and nuts, and then the nuts, you can see at the top there. Let's get the 13 on there. Okay, the seals are in there. Underneath the caps. I've got the arm on. And let's put the wiper arm on. So there's the passenger one on.
I'm going to talk about the disassembly now and how to take this stuff off if you're going the opposite direction.
So to get this off, you're going to need to start with the bonnet off. Now what I've done is, you can see I've marked where the wipers are to begin with. Don't turn them on once you've done this or you're going to get bloody confused. and you might damage your panel. So just to start with, we've got to take off the wiper arms with a 13. Let's take these off. Got the crush washer. These will flick up very easily when the wipers are down, but when the wipers are up, you won't be able to lift them off. Well, that's actually not even on that hard. It was a bit casual. They won't come off like that. They've got to be bent up at 90 degrees and then come off with the bonnet down. So what we're going to do now is just push these 4 central tabs in. Doing a pretty... That's gone through. You see there. Repeat. Pretty sure that went through. Must have. These are all the things that you need to do with the bonnet up. There's another one, you can hear it flying through. And there's the other one. So we're now ready to close the bonnet. And I forgot I'd bought this at a car show in Germany. Oh man, that's a good $5 buy. Just a little plastic wedge. Oh, that's a marvel.
Now the wipers only come off with them being lifted up and then wriggling them outwards.
There we go. That's from a G-Wagon. I've got new ones from the W123 club. The other one, no, that's from the G-Wagon. I don't even know where I got that. I think I cut that off another car part. The cowl, there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4 push-through segments. So all I'm going to do is pop that on there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll push them through. Now these parts are about a couple of dollars each, so don't skimp on them if you don't have them. Just buy the originals. Don't go putting screws in them and being cheap. All right, I actually just put that in the center and lifted that up. There's the little piece. 2. 3. Okay, so now that should gently come out. Now these ones do have teeth along there which slide under there. So they slide under there. Now you can see there's one other screw over there, and I need to do the same on the other side to get it off. So we're going to go and do that. But before we do that, let's get these out. We get 1, 2, 3. There should be a 4th one. Now there's one of the round ones from the front edge of the cowl. These drains also crack. I had to buy them online. I bought used ones and painted them. They're supposed to be in there. Yours might be decimated after years in the sun. Now, right-hand drive and left-hand drive cars differ. Right-hand drive cars like mine have the washer obviously coming out of this cowl and nothing on the contralateral side. Whereas the left-hand drive cars are the opposite. There won't be a wiper coming out of the right side, but there will be on the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Please come out nice and gentle. I've already damaged that one, unfortunately, when I put the wipers on the wrong way. It's not really visible. I know it's there, which makes me sad. Now, let's find 1, 2, 3. Now, admittedly, I didn't put the screw in here. The Phillips, I had ordered it, but it didn't fit very well. So I'm just going to go take the other screw off the opposite side. That's that little stubby Phillips off. You hopefully can see. So what I'm going to do is gently lift it up at the front and try and pull it forward a little bit. And there we go. Now, on the back of this, you'll see the foam. There is actually a part number. I actually had ordered that, but then in reality, all I did was stick. There is also this adhesive liner which goes around sunroofs on the MBs, 126s, 116s. That's adhesive, double-sided foam. You could use whatever you want, but I've just stuck that in there. I think that's to stop it rattling. And you can see how the drain point is here underneath the wiper. So that lets water in there. The wiper for the right-hand drive car has one over this cowl, and where that groove was, water will go straight into your HVAC's box and can rust things out. And that's why we've got to reinstall this little drain I forgot to get. So I'm just going to actually find those other little tabs, and then we're going to move on. So as I said, this is the actual drain part for the right-hand drive car, which basically it's got a little slot there which locks it into here. Now this is probably a good one for a 3D printing, but it's supposed to go in there, and you can see how now that takes the water that accumulates under the cowl over there rather than letting the water just go in there. So I don't know if there's any other bits to make that more secure until the cowl goes on. All those tabs that you push through, they go everywhere. They go into the heater box. You can see below, under the wiper motor, into the elephant, hose drains going into the engine bay. So have a look around, you'll find them if there's not too much to bring in there. And that basically wraps up disassembly.